Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your second reading. I'm here with John. Say hi, John.
Hey.
And we are here to go ahead and answer some of your questions more in depth. So based off of the other reading I did for you, we're going to look more into what's coming into your love life. And John's also going to do a spread on that for you. And we're also going to ask some more questions about your brother's daughter. I believe it was your brother's daughter, Sarah, and I know that she's been kind of running off, and like you guys are wondering what's going on, trying to help her find her path, trying to help her find a job and everything. And so you're just wanting to help and you haven't heard from her. And so we're actually going to start there. I'm going to go ahead and just pull some cards on Sarah and that whole situation. So I am feeling a lot of energy around this situation. I feel like she's been kind of jaded and kind of just not like depressed, but just kind of not really wanting to let anybody in when it comes to like her personal life and decisions. And I see it has been hard for her to find opportunities, but at the same time I see this changing. Like I see positive things coming into her life. I see opportunities. And so look how beautiful this is. There's this reassurance card coming out despite the adversity. And I feel like maybe like there's this openness that she's trying to experience when it comes to spirituality. And I see that like she's on a spiritual journey. And so maybe to just be open to like that. Be open to like seeing what she's going through right now is being on a spiritual journey. So very interesting. John, what cards do you have on this?
I pulled, let's see here, the crow, I pulled the prairie dog, and the weasel. So for me, the crow speaks about universal law. I think this is really trying to point out that there are the ways that the universe works. Sometimes it's like in this situation you might feel like you aren't getting enough of a bigger perspective of like what's going on here. So you can feel maybe like well, I mean, it's why you're asking the questions. You know, you want to know maybe what kind of an action you can take. And the crow to me says, you know, to relax and kind of take, I guess what's the word? Take notice of what you might normally take for granted in the situation. Maybe a bigger perspective. Maybe thinking about like how people might be able to learn from their situation. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting, because it's telling me here with the prairie dog that it's time to kind of pull back and have the experience of slowing down, kind of catching your breath, like, you know, kind of like the prairie dog does, you know, kind of pops out, pops in, and that way you can kind of get a better perspective of how to handle interacting with, you know, Sarah, and figuring out what, you know, might be in her best interests. So I think the weasel is also talking about stealth. So I think overall what they're all telling to me too is really taking a look at a bigger picture kind of perspective, getting out of maybe the stressors of the situation, finding time away from it, so that you can really just I guess maybe have a more objective view, like I said, a bigger perspective.
I love that message. It's so beautiful. I love that idea of kind of getting out of your own way so you can find the bigger perspective. And I want to see what the Wildwood deck has to add to that message. So what do they have to add to that message regarding Sarah? Like, you're kind of like a mentor ultimately. I see like this potential you have to be a mentor. And so I see like things changing and you actually being able to be more of a mentor. So this is beautiful. I see that like this situation that she was going through like is getting better, and maybe it can like draw her closer to you and to the family. So I hope that that helps. I'm just going to go ahead and pull a final message, and I'll have John pull a final card as well on Sarah and the situation. What is the overall advice on the situation with Sarah? Advice from Spirit on the situation with Sarah. Overall advice from Spirit. So they're saying listen to your gut and yourself when it comes to reaching out and communicating, because I feel like if you reach out, you need to do it delicately, because I feel like she's very sensitive. And they're saying release any expectations for what's going to happen here in this relationship and just be open and be loving. Trust that the angels are here watching over the situation. I'm seeing to have the willingness to inspire Sarah. You know, if you have the ability to have that connection, to inspire her to set goals and to be creative, because I feel like Sarah is very creative, and maybe that's why she's not really finding her path in a traditional way and why she's had trouble finding jobs. It could be because there's something creative she's supposed to be doing. And you can actually be very successful these days as a creative and as an artist. Some of the most successful, wealthy people I know are artists, and so there's big potential, I feel, for Sarah. I feel like this destiny when it comes to that. And so maybe be open to encouraging that with Sarah, and being willing to listen when she comes around. So I hope that that helps. And John is actually pulling some final cards. He's going to go ahead and pull a message from Spirit. Final message from Spirit on the situation with Sarah.
Okay, so what I see here at the center of this for me is talking about kind of like what we all like. This card is trying to say something to the effect of the heart of this situation. It seems like you worried about somebody else's success, somebody else's advancement, like through life. Worried for someone else's, either for their safety, worried that their experience may discourage them from things that they are going to be happy doing, and you want to make sure that obviously that they find fulfillment. And so I think that's really what it's talking about at the heart of this matter is the kinds of difficulties and discouragement and kind of like the negative experience conversation. You know, maybe you're trying to reach out to Sarah and really try and save her the trouble, so to speak. And I think that's what your intentions are, you know. I see overall that a lot of this energy, like above and below for me here, this cat energy says to me there's struggles maybe in the family of power, but I don't really know like that's necessarily like what you would say a family dynamic or anything, like there's conflict or anything. I'm just saying I think what's at stake here is somebody's personal power, personal brand, personal adventure or like journey. And I think maybe the cards are trying to say to take that into account when you interact with her and when you try and help. And like I was saying before, you know, kind of pulling out, getting a bigger picture perspective. And I think at this point too, it's also saying really consider how this path that she's taking is also like an adventure for her, that you can encourage her in and support her in, so that they can learn the most from it.
Beautiful message. Beautiful. I'm loving that. I feel like that is the message for you, and I'm hoping that that helps in this situation. Now I'm excited to see what the cards are going to have to say about your love life, because I did feel the energy of someone coming in, and excuse me, something major happening in this area of your life. So what is going to happen in your love life? You have definitely been going through so much, and wouldn't it be beautiful to see this area of your life turn around? And I'm seeing this message come out. It's saying, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept for support from others. And maybe it is that you've been single for a while, and maybe you're needing to connect with your friends. Maybe you're needing to make more friends and like kind of broaden your social circle, because that is a really great way to meet someone. And I am seeing this need for you to create some kind of momentum in this area. Ask and you shall receive. The universe is going to bring this to you if you're manifesting love. I do see you're manifesting love. I see these desires, visualizations, fantasies that have gone out to the universe. I see this coming back. But remember, you're co-creating with the universe. So you're needing to create some momentum here and do a little bit of footwork. And so despite everything you have going on, they're just saying, let your friends help you. And definitely allow yourself to take up invitations and to go places and to get out there, because they're saying you deserve love. And I feel like 28, free yourself. They're saying it's time to take back control of your life. And that's what you're doing. You're moving forward with the attorney. You're going to trust your gut and make the right choice. You're wanting to move forward and help Sarah, and there's so many things. You're gonna find the things you lost, those lost items. You're taking back control. You might even get the gastric sleeve surgery, where just things are moving forward, And I see like the mask is coming off. You're ready to take off your mask. You're ready to be who you are. You're ready to be vulnerable in love. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull some more cards for you in love. I am seeing a past history with codependency, and don't even worry at all, because when I found out what codependency was, I was like, oh my god, I'm totally codependent. So like, go ahead and research codependency. There's a lot out there on it. It basically just means that when you love someone, you just kind of, it's like an expectation that you place on that person that's just like a little bit too much. And like, I do this, like, I'm kind of a clingy person. Like, I kind of expect a lot sometimes from my partnerships, and like expect them to fulfill me. And like, if I'm not fulfilled in my love life, sometimes I feel like everything's gonna fall apart, and like it's that person's responsibility, to fulfill me. And so this is something that can be happening on a really subconscious level, and a lot of people struggle with it. And it's just saying that this addiction you can have to another person, or to needing that person to fulfill you, can sometimes cloud your judgment. This can also mean that like you might have an addiction, maybe it's I don't know, it could be anything from smoking cigarettes to overeating, and I've struggled with both of those things I just mentioned. So once again, I don't judge you. It's just sometimes an addiction can get in the way of you connecting with someone. And so the first step is to just accepting yourself for who you are. Shortcomings, addictions, codependencies, whatever it is, like, just accept yourself, realize where you're at, and start working on, moving forward healthier. I really feel like you're on a health journey, and some big messages that are coming forward for you in love is to help with the addictions, to help, drink more water, throw out the processed food, just have more vegetables, start anything that's processed, that's made in a factory in a bag, that's not just like a fruit or vegetable, you might want to start working on that. I'm seeing like you having healthy juices, always talk to your doctor when it comes to changing your diet and whatnot, but I just see you adding healthier foods to your diet and making sure you're getting more water. Maybe just drinking a lot of water. I'm seeing that coming up for you, and that's actually going to help you start glowing. You're going to start glowing from the inside out. You'll start feeling more energized, more healthy, start attracting love your way in no time. So John has some messages here. I'm seeing that John pulled some cards as well. So we're going to go ahead and lay these cards out and go over these messages John has for you in love.
Thank you. So what I pulled here was mostly for some clarification on kind of like how you might, like this being the links just representing kind of mysteries and secrets and communication with others. This porcupine being not just about trust and faith, but also about being like a child. And the last one here, the ant, representing kind of like a sense of unity and a sense of duty and fulfilling of purpose, and of trusting that if you are able to find ways of providing and supporting the whole, like aka the universe, that the universe will always take care of you. So this is, I feel like overall the message for your life when it comes to romantic interest or love in general, or relationship with others in a romantic way. This is saying to really I guess overall I feel like it's suggesting a couple of things. First things, that maybe you've been a little tight-lipped, so to speak, with how you share or how you communicate with others, and that's a lot of times comes down to your faith in others and your trust in others. Maybe for some reason, your ability to trust and have faith in others has been damaged as a result of some kind of event. But it is saying, I think, honestly, I also got the idea, just the straight information, and it's saying to maybe when you're looking for romantic relationships with others, consider also how you can trust in your kind of your purpose and your path in life, also guiding you to that person that you're supposed to be with. Whether or not that's just for short-term romantic relationships or for long-term romantic relationships, I don't know what you're looking for. But I think this is saying focus on maybe what your purpose in life is, and try and take the opportunities that come with that. And if you're not finding people that are around you right now, if you're not finding them attractive, if you're not finding like the options that you would be interested in are available, then maybe this is time to consider pursuing more time towards your work and towards your purpose in life, the places where you feel the most fulfillment, personal fulfillment and spiritual fulfillment and emotional fulfillment. Maybe go towards that, and that will guide you towards the kind of healthy romantic relationships.
Yes, that is so true. Yeah, when you're like in your true divine essence and like honoring your purpose and like working on your talents and gifts and like working on finding ways to connect with others and share that and help with others, that's when you start meeting people who are on like your same vibe, and you start magnetically attracting soulmates into your life. So we're going to pull some final messages for you in love to wrap this up. Make the effort. That's so perfect. That goes along so well with John's message. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So whether this is joining a pottery class or going to the gym or something like that, it's just making the effort to join, maybe go into group activities. Remember, let your friends help you. Taking your friends up on invitations. And they're saying stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. The universe loves symmetry. Like, the universe has already picked out someone for you. I'm feeling like I want to get some information on this person. The universe picked out for you. Aww. Something about children. I feel like they like pets. Like, I don't know if like you're a cat person or something like that. Where you have an affinity for like a certain type of pet, but dog person or whatever, but I feel like this person's going to be able to share that. And I see true love as well. I see true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I hope that helps. I'm sending you so much love and light with this reading, and so does John.
Thank you.
All right, peace out.